What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Word. I'm your host, Adam G. I'm going to be taking you through the Black Ops 4 reveal trailer. I know everyone and their mother's already done this, but there's a couple things that I'm seeing in the trailer and what Treyarch's doing behind the scenes that I got some speculation about that I don't really hear anybody talking about elsewhere. So without further ado, let's just dive on into it. We'll take a peek at it, and then we'll discuss. Right, we got our typical Black Ops stuff, stuff we'd see in the opening credits, and then stop it right here. Right here we got a picture of Woods, right? So we have an iconic moment from that first Black Ops 1 campaign, right? We have the Kravchenkov and Woods fighting, and they go out the window, and you think Woods is dead, right? So Treyarch, there was a lot of things they could have put in this clip, and they chose to put in, Woods going out the window, right? Very interesting to me. They could have had, you figure you'd do Mason since the story really followed Mason. So let's keep watching this a little bit more, and I got more to this. So the very next clip, the very next frame in this sequence is a man sitting there, white suit, kind of, I don't know if it's just the background they got going on for it, but it looks fiery. But in my opinion, I'm pretty sure this is Raul Menendez. It looks like it. The hair's slicked back. He was wearing a white suit at some points in the Black Ops 2 campaign. So far they got Frank Woods, big moment in Frank Woods' Black Ops campaign moments, and then they have the very next when they introduce the Black Ops 2 era of their showcase in this clip, they have Raul Menendez. So two of the more polarizing characters in the Black Ops universe. So really interesting, and we'll finish this up and talk about it. Then we got the rest of the Black Ops 2 rolling into the Black Ops 3 era. And notice, and then we'll go ahead and we will stop the frame right here. And if you notice, the only part of the Black Ops 3 campaign that they had in there was that one frame. And I mean, it was, one frame of the frozen forest, right? And that was like the big mantra. But what I find really fascinating is like the very next frames is when they're introducing the 4, they have this bird. Right, I have it paused on the screen right now. They have a bird, and then you click forward to the very next frame, and then that bird's kind of zoomed up, and it's kind of fading to orange. What that signifies, I have no idea. Right, the only thing I can think of in the Black Ops eras is like the SR-71 Blackbird, I think it is. It's really the only references to birds that I can think of, unless this is a clue to something new, right? But that'll be the fun part, right? We'll get to speculate all the way up until the launch here on October 12th. We'll know a little bit more in about 2 months on the 17th of May. So, so now that we got that out of the way, refresh your memories. Time to get into the fun speculation part, right? Now it's my turn. I get to kind of tell you what I'm thinking, right? So we had the Woods, we had the Raul Menendez, we had the Frozen Forest. I think, Black Ops 3, they didn't really tie too much into the other ones other than a Menendez line and then the Nova 6. But what I think the next installment is going to do is it's going to take us back to a time right around Black Ops 2. And I think it's going to follow the same format. I think it's going to give us flashbacks and possibly flashbacks from past and then flash forwards into the future. And I think they're probably going to try to tie in what was going on in Black Ops 3 to like something that started back in the past that possibly, Woods and Mason had something to do with, or they were trying to stop, or, maybe Menendez had a backup plan for taking over if the Solarium failed. I think it was Solarium. Was the Solarium worm that was eating through the computer systems. But yeah, so I think we're going to go back to a Black Ops 2, and we're going to revisit. And my whole thing was like, if they really want to say, forget what you know, right? That was the tagline at the end, forget what you know. And when I think about that, I think, okay, forget what you know. That tells me that we were told a story and it's not accurate, right? That's what first comes to my mind. So again, going back to Black Ops 2, Frank's telling you the story of what went down with Menendez and the Vietnam War and the 80s and stuff like that happened afterwards and the operations they were running. But then the thought occurred to me is, what if Frank isn't being truthful because he's trying to hide something, right? Maybe something he doesn't want to, maybe something he's not proud of, something, he doesn't want to get out to the public. So I think that might have a lot to do with it, right? Forget what you know. It's got to be something that we have learned to come to understand, but is not accurate is in our terms right now, right? I don't think they're going to go back and rewrite the whole story or anything like that, but I think it'll be a huge twist to where we might go, oh my gosh, right? Like, that makes total sense. And that's what we expect out of Treyarch in their campaigns, right? All their campaigns, we have a good fluid storyline, and everybody loves it. When was the last time that we were excited for a Call of Duty campaign, right? It's probably been 6 years. Black Ops 2, that was a very hyped campaign. The other ones really, besides maybe Advanced Warfare, had a decent campaign. We haven't really had a really hypeable, like, man, we want to talk about the campaign as opposed to multiplayer or zombies. So it's pretty interesting. I think we're gonna see a lot from this reveal event, and I think the talk is gonna be the campaign for a while, especially if they bring back some of these fan favorite characters. And finally, I'd like to just add one last piece of information that I'm looking at that kind of ties it into where I believe they're going to be revisiting these same characters. And it's the David Vonder Vard. Sorry, I can't pronounce his last name. But the Treyarch head who is put his Twitter status to redacted. As you can see here, he's got the redacted as the tagline, and his picture is a bunch of the blacked out confidential lines like you'd see on the documents, like we were seeing in the Black Ops 1, right? You saw like a lot of redacted stuff all throughout that campaign, whether it be the beginning of missions, and that's what you see, like you think CIA paperwork, right? So I think it's all hints that they're going to be returning back to, the Mason Woods storyline, and it's going to be really captivating stuff, in my opinion. But we'll talk about multiplayer and the possibility of a battle royale and what they're going to do with zombies in future videos. But that's all I got for you this time. Go ahead and give it a like, give it a subscribe, and don't forget about our drawings. First 100 subscribers is going to get into a raffle for 2 free movie passes, movie of your choice. And then first 2,000 subscribers, we will raffle off 2 hardened copies of Black Ops 4. So until next time, again, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and I'll catch you next time on The Word.